This is Conversations with a Citizen. I'm your host, Tia Carol Jones. I'm here today with Yaya.
Yes, indeed.
And Nataki Muhammad, owners of Shawn Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream. Welcome to the show.
It's an honor and pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I'll just let my wife start.
I don't always want to start. You said about us personally?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Nataki, my husband Yaya. Yaya's the brainchild behind Shawn Michelle. I'm the supporting cast member. We just celebrated 16 years of marriage this past Saturday on the day of our grand opening.
Congratulations.
We are, thank you.
Thank you.
We are the parents of 7 children who range from, let's say 29 on down to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have 1 grandchild. She's 2. We love to travel. We love good food. And just a fun thing, whenever we do travel, the first thing we look for is a homemade ice cream place.
Oh, okay.
So that we can really tell, like, we'll go taste it and we're like, no, they're lying. It's not real homemade ice cream. So we always look for great ice cream whenever we travel, just to get a pulse on what we're doing and what other people are doing. And that makes travel fun for us.
It just becomes a part of the humor of the trip. Not what we're doing versus what somebody else is doing.
We're not comparing it because we already know.
Like, it's
But-
still lying.
Yeah. You want to add anything else?
Well, I think you've really said a lot. We're just sharing that's a part of the experience of our community. Shawn Michelle's is birthed from the experience that we have growing up, literally right here on the South Side.
Okay.
Shawn Michelle's, the ideal came from you having ice cream as a child in Avalon Park after baseball practice, which we need to get back to having more of those type of things. There was a lady on the bench, and she had a bucket. It wasn't even hard. But I remember she had little tiny cups for $1. And I never had anything like that before. And I never had it again until I actually started experimenting with ice cream in graduate school after I graduated from undergraduate down at Western Illinois University.
Okay.
I wanted to recreate that experience. And it just reminded me just instantaneously right now of not just the ice cream, but I can just go back, as we like to say, let's go back down memory lane, but this time bring your children too. We had so many iconic businesses on the South Side.
Yes.
79th Street, I can roll them off. You want to mention Harold's Chicken, it was nothing like the one on 79th out Cottage
That's
back
right.
in the days.
That's right.
You're talking about 87th Street, Cam and Nate's, Doc's.
Oh, yeah.
This is history. And I always like to play baseball at Cole Park, Stony Island Park,
Shout out to Tulip
Tulip Park. You're talking about we want to change the trajectory of where our future is going. They need to know a little bit about what the grounds that they're standing on. And, so we really, really excited. And I mentioned all of that to say that we had a lot of real food in our community back then. And all of us could probably list off 5 different restaurants. And so that's what we're doing. We really we're in the process of the rebuilding of our community. We're just participating in the culinary arts. We like to call it the culinary ministry.
Okay.
Ice cream made with real milk, cream, and sugar. Not 25 ingredients.
You
know
can
how-
read them all. Read them all. Right. You can read them all.
It's not stabilized. We want to take you back to Grandma's house. As a matter of fact, that's what we're doing. And you all should hear some of the testimonies that people share when they come in and just experience. They literally, at times, just have to pause.
They do.
Some even shed tears
They do.
because it reminds them of experiences that they used to have.
With their loved ones.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
So we're creating it's not just not ice cream, it's an experience. Shawn Michelle's is an experience. So if you haven't come, you need to come experience Shawn Michelle's.
And thank you for the question.
Yeah, that was great.
Absolutely.
I think we need to have an Avalon Park ice cream.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if we can call it Avalon Park. We call it the park. I don't know. We can call it something.
Hey, that was the birth of it all.
Yeah.
And I have to stop and pause to say that everything that we do is a salute because we stand on the shoulders of Baldwin's Ice Cream.
Yes.
We stand on my mom took me there as a child.
Okay.
And I remember we'd have a cone of chocolate ice cream. And they had little snacks and stuff. So I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for Old Fashioned Donuts. All of those businesses that help to plant that seed.
Oh,
You know?
Can I share something?
Absolutely.
So when we were in high school, we used to go to Leon's on 83rd
That's
and
right.
Cottage and
Yes,
get the
indeed.
pizza.
Okay.
And we used to put the mild sauce on the pizza.
Yes. See, this is Chicago history, y'all.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Yeah.
I tell our daughters, I'm like, your dad and I used to eat barbecue sauce or mild sauce on our pizza, and they were like, ew.
But it was Leon's.
It was
though, back in the
Leon's
day. It just
barbecue.
wasn't any. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it was amazing.
Leon's was iconic back in the
Yeah.
days, you know.
Yeah.
83rd and Cottage Grove, you know. Then it wasn't the type of interpretation that people have walking through our communities. You know, you could be a part of our community,
Yeah.
and so we just have a lot of work to do, you know, and that's what we're engaged in, and we're excited about it.
And so, what made you start working with ice cream? You say in grad school?
I started experimenting in grad school.
Okay.
It took
Okay.
6 years
Okay.
to get it to the point where it was even palatable. You know, you might be laughing, yeah, but yeah, turn around as soon as I turn my head and spit it out.
Like, that stuff was nasty.
It took a process. It literally did. No one taught me how to make ice cream.
Okay.
It was just experiment after experiment after experiment with homemade ice cream churners, with ice, rock salt, all that good stuff, right? And I remember it's two brothers, and I always have to lift them up, Brother Ronnie and Brother Aaron. They had a store called Your Produce on 63rd Street.
Okay.
And I took them some ice cream, naturally, you know. They're like, man, yeah, I'm fired up now, right? Maybe I can get it in the stores. And, you know, they led me on and everything. And Brother Ronnie, man, this brother just have the type of bright personality that can encourage you to do anything. He's like, yeah, brother, yeah. He had a little raspy voice. He has one. You should start a business. And I just clicked and registered, right? And I just took off from there. But it wasn't good enough to go in the store. It was still grainy at the time. And so I said that to reflect on the process that it takes to bring anything into reality.
Mm-hmm.
To whom much is given, much is always required. That's the first thing that I tell my children and anybody else. Get it out your head. If you think for a second you're going to have some overnight success, life doesn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sign in nature for a reason. That beautiful butterfly wasn't always beautiful.
Right.
You know, I always like to mention how it started. When you look at a caterpillar, you're not necessarily thinking about beauty at the time.
Oh, even the crystals.
And don't catch it in a cocoon state, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, you see that beautiful manifestation. That is the most gracious creature of the most gracious of God's creatures that you see on earth. And so, you know, it's a process. Diamonds, you know, people take a look at it. You know, you might see a coal do something that's totally opposite of cutting a diamond, right? But it's the process. And it involves pressure to produce that diamond. So our experience is universal. Absolutely. And again, we're so thankful to God because it's been a journey of faith,
Yes.
being that the substance, the things that you hope for. We all hope to have and bring things into reality in our life, but it's the evidence of things that you don't see at the time. So, you know, it clearly describes the process, the Shawn Michelle's, and also what you don't see right now. The goal is just not a shop or two on the south side of Chicago. But we need this all around America.
A household name.
Come on now. We need
Shawn Michelle's Farm.
what we have here today all around America, not just Shawn Michelle's.
That's right.
See, this is the seed bed for a new reality.
For other people.
That's right. The citizens. Man, Christy with an eye. You know, we need this. And then we'll start to see our youth pull up their pants.
That's right.
Then we'll start to see our youth do something different Because without vision, we all know that people perish. Without seeing something, you can't be something. So I was blessed as a child to see my grandmother in business, to see entrepreneurs in our community. So that's what this is all about.
Good job.
Part of my life.
How many flavors do you have, and how did you come up with the flavors?
Through inspiration. Again, this is the culinary is canvas by which to express inspiration. I believe in what's called culinary concepts. And so things need to go together like a man and woman. Vanilla is great. I like to say it's for those who appreciate the finer, the simple things in life. But when you put vanilla with lemon, sunbeam supreme.
Nice.
Now you have a perfect combination. When you put the melanin magic, which is our chocolate, the hues of these beautiful complexions in this room, the melanin. When you put that with butter pecan, we call it Barack Supreme.
That's so good. It's delicious.
So you have several flavors that just naturally just blend and go harmoniously together.
Like banana pudding and rum raisin,
Yeah.
which is our version of bananas Foster.
Okay.
Which
You know.
Wait a minute. And then one that I kind of discovered this summer just playing around, our lemon, and then you take our fresh strawberry puree and put it on top.
Oh.
It's our strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
So just fun, I think we have fun with it as well. So it is the concepts, but it's also a lot of fun and putting things together that people really enjoy.
And again, if you can see it, you can bring it. So, I like to make jokes by saying I could create your dinner plate and ice cream. But we've had those who have asked us for years to make a red, black, and green ice cream.
Okay.
And this year, we brought that forth with the help of God. When you think of a black food product, generally it's something that's put out that tastes like licorice or something that's undesirable.
Right.
But we, with the help of God, took a jet black ice cream and we infused cookies and cream in that. So that's the flavor profile.
So it's chocolate.
The green, you can't have lime green for red, black, and green. It has to be green.
Right.
But we use the lemon sunbeam supreme.
Delicious.
So you can create, which we pretty much know by just going through the grocery store with all of the things. Now you have veggie burgers that
Look
you
like
have
real
actual
burgers. Right.
red stuff coming out when you put it in the pan.
Beet juice, yeah.
So you can create anything that the mind can actually conceive. Absolutely. So that's the culinary creations.
What made you want to open a location at Timeout Market Chicago?
That was an opportunity
Okay.
for just learning. The life is a process it's a big laboratory, is what it is. And so anytime you can engage in experimenting and learning and collecting data, see, that's what it's all about. To see how I can come back and use it to better serve our community.
Okay.
That's the key. And so that's not the only location that we had north of the South Loop.
Right.
But those experiences help us to serve our community better. Like of course, in the black community, we like to have pleasure moments. And so you won't find us outside the ice cream shop with a bunch of ice cream cones. But in our community, man, give me 2 pints. Sister, Pam, what you want? 5 quarts? Call so. Next thing you know, you're in line getting 20 quarts.
Right.
Taking them, dropping them off, right? And so you might have a line down the street and people looking through the window wondering, it don't take number 5 minutes to scoop a scoop of ice cream. But yeah, if you're scooping a scoop, it take 5 minutes.
Right.
But if you're packing 20 quarts for each customer,
Right.
that's a different experience. So, for example, having those experiences in other areas, we saw that 2 people could pack and do the same thing because the quantities that they were scooping were different.
Okay.
So there's a learning experience. Now you can pre-pack your quarts.
Okay.
So now your experience waiting for Shawn Michelle's is different. How do you know we don't know much about business? In our community, it's very, very tailored when doing business in our community with us because we have a different type of experience. Take a look around. How many businesses are thriving? We need to collect as much data as we possibly can and bring it back home to help build our communities, to make it successful, to be a center of employment for our children and for our people. We need industry. And so I thank you again. That's a great question. Anything that we're blessed to do anywhere outside of our community should always be an apparatus to come back and bring it back to enhance the quality of services to our people.
And how did it feel to be in that space with those other restaurants?
Just fun.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, again, we know what we bring to the table. And that's a fact. We know that we offer pure milk, cream, and sugar. That's a fact. You can go anywhere you want to go, but if you tell the truth, and you're asked which ice cream tastes homemade, it's Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream. And so, you know, we did what we do, you know, and we enjoy the experience from ice cream is fun, you know. And so we, inside the Timeout Market Place, again, it's just another chance to show others Black excellence, is what that was.
And then we had a chance to do some collaborations with other businesses. They had a brewery, and Lord, I cannot think of the name of the brewery, but anyway, we were able to pair our ice cream with a special beer that they had. We did
That was my perfect combination.
we had some during the winter time. It was a story time with a frozen theme, so we had the children to make the ice cream and then make the little snowman. So it was good because one, we were able to expose Shawn Michelle's to a different demographic, and we're seeing some of those customers come to 47th Street, but also make some new connections. So again, that helps to build our business, that helps to build our brand, and to, you know, just give us more recognition around the city. So Timeout was good for us.
You've also opened a location in Olympia Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Why did you want to expand to Olympia Fields? And you kind of already talked about wanting to expand, so.
That's another great question. As it was stated in the press conference, or the grand opening, should I say, Olympia Fields is affectionately called the Black Wakanda. It is such a large base of Black homeowners out there. And so we should be present wherever we live. Those who are from our community that offer services, you don't have another ice cream in what they like to call an artisan ice cream scoop shop. You don't have one around. Everybody's going way miles and miles away for a dessert, a cold dessert treat. So it's something that was absolutely needed in that area. It's something that has been requested, in particular, where Shawn Michelle's is concerned. We have customers out there. And every day we have people just gladly saying, oh man, I don't have to travel all the way to 47th Street. And sometimes things happen in life that you just know it's a divine opportunity. We were in the process of opening up an ice cream shop in Houston, Texas. And, you know, Chicago, you know how long we get this hot summer months is about 2-3 months, and it's the winter city now. Yeah. And it was such a big investment for something that we didn't own that we decided to just pump our brakes a little bit and be patient. And the moment that we changed our mind, automatically that opportunity happened in Olympia Fields. And not only did the opportunity present itself, but we were in the process of putting an ice cream shop in Houston, Texas with a drive-through. And this location has a drive-through in Olympia Fields. It's a former Baskin-Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts.
It was a former place. We don't have to tell who it was. But it has what we needed, what we were looking for in Houston. So it has a drive-through. It has a big space, lots of seating. a place to really have a good time and have Shawn Michelle's ice cream.
All right.
And the drive-through will be open on Saturdays during the season to 12 midnight.
Yes.
So when you have, that little craving for that special
You're like,
homemade
what time
treat,
is it?
you can say, okay, well, let's just hop in the car and take a trip.
Right.
And the parking lot is huge.
Yes.
So the experience is just a great, just has such a great vibe.
It does.
A great feel to it.
The grand opening was fantastic.
Absolutely.
We were surprised. I think I was just really kind of overwhelmed when I saw the amount of people that were there for the grand opening. There were I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta. My husband's a member of Omega Psi Phi.
Shout out to
And and so the Deltas came. They showed up. My chapter, C-Mac, Chicago alum, Joliet alumni. I don't know about the Omega chapters, but in addition to our fraternity and sorority, the community. There were so many people, and they were just there, and they were happy to be there. It was just a really good day. It was it felt good because we felt needed and we felt wanted. And like my husband said, people say all the time, oh my God, I don't have to drive to 47th Street. I live 5 minutes from here. Now I don't have to worry about my ice cream and me bringing ice. This is great. And they love the space. They come in, they're taking pictures. We have tic-tac-toe board on one table, Uno cards on another table. So yesterday we watched a grandfather just kill his grandson in tic-tac-toe. His grandson didn't know what hit him. And then we had a mother and son playing Uno. So the space is, again, not just for ice cream. Shawn Michelle's is we're integrating ourselves into the community.
It's a family affair.
It is. It's definitely a family affair. And so when people come in, we want them to feel like, okay, I can sit down. I can sit by the fireplace. We have a beautiful fireplace there with these comfortable chairs. We have a photo wall. So if you want to take some pictures, take some selfies, you can do that. Or if you want to play a game, you can do that. So we're creating a space, again, for families, for people to come in and enjoy their ice cream and to just have the Shawn Michelle's experience.
What are your favorite flavors that you have?
I'll start. Mine is vanilla.
Okay.
Because people come in and they'll say, well, what do you recommend? And I said, I'm probably the wrong person to ask this. When I say this, you're going to be like, really? So I tell them vanilla. But the reason that I say vanilla is because, especially if you're like our age, we're, in our 50s, and even 30s, 40s, they may have had someone that actually made homemade ice cream for them. It could have been an aunt, a grandmother, someone in their family. And so they know the flavor of vanilla, like what real homemade vanilla ice cream tastes like. So I'll say, try the vanilla first, and then you know that this is real homemade ice cream, and everything else is gravy from there. But vanilla is my absolute favorite. Sometimes I'll do strawberries. Sometimes I'll do the lemon with the strawberry drizzle, cookies. It just depends on what type of day it is. But my absolute go-to is vanilla.
Okay.
I like to say that people are moody ice cream eaters.
Okay.
People tend to shift between about 3 flavors based on the mood that they're in. And just to highlight
That's what you said.
the vanilla that my wife mentioned, vanilla tells your value proposition.
Okay.
It tells you all about your values in terms of if the vanilla is supreme, you already know and can imagine what the other flavors taste like.
Mm-hmm.
We use the very best vanilla that we can find. Our vanilla is our most expensive flavor to make. Now you would say, what? Vanilla should be the cheapest flavor to make because you're not putting nothing else in it. But not if you're looking for the highest quality vanilla that you can find.
Ever.
And so vanilla is the #1 seller at Shawn Michelle's.
Yeah.
And that's a demographic that's very, very broad. And we always give a sample of vanilla to give you a homemade ice cream experience. And so where it comes to my own personal favorites, I'm very traditional. I like to say I like to take our culinary experience and for my culture and upscale it. So I would take cookies and cream. And we have a flavor called Harmony. where we put caramel drizzle in a salted sunflower seed, and you will be totally shocked
Forgot about
what
the
it
cookies.
does. Yeah, cookies and cream.
You said inside a sunflower seed?
We put the sunflower seed and caramel drizzle on top of cookies and cream ice cream with a shot of whipped cream, and you would just be blown out of your shoes. You know, we take what people might be familiar with cherry ice cream, but we'd do a bourbon cherry brownie ice cream, infusing the bourbon out of the actual bourbon with heat, and we'd cover it with chocolate drizzle. You know, and so again, we take some of the flavors that's customary that bring back those memories, and we dress them up. We'll take butter pecan. Who's not a fan of butter pecan from our community? Please raise your hand. We know everybody loves butter pecan. Is my point. And we have a bourbon butter pecan again that we infuse the bourbon and we cook the. You know, it's such a culinary experience, and so. You know, those are some of the different flavors that are highlighted, but you might feel festive, right? And, you know, so you might shift over and shift your lane to a honey cinnamon graham cracker, you know, depending on how you feel. I always like to ask people to give me 3 flavors that you would pick if you went into an ice cream parlor. What that allows us to do is to examine your flavor palette. Then we'll make a recommendation. So at Shawn Michelle's, you get full service. You're not just waiting. What you up? What's your plate? What can I get you?
Yeah. Oh, you just touched on something really good. Our customer service. We have exceptional customer service, and we have young people. You know, providing that customer service. You know, people look at the youth and they're like, you know, but when they come to Shawn Michelle's, they're like, oh my God, these young people are amazing. We have an awesome staff, and so we shout out to Shawn Michelle's staff because they are awesome.
And that there is very wonderful, because in the time that we live in, young people are undervalued. And, you know, I like to say all the time that you can determine your aptitude based on your attitude. And how can we expect much from our youth if we look down on them in the way that we often do? So it's such a pleasure moment when you see Shawn Michelle's ran by our youth. And they're given an exquisite experience that could only be matched on the Gold Coast.
That's
and these
right.
are our children.
That's right.
And people are blown away all the time.
Right. We get text messages and
Because-
emails like, oh, so-and-so was so wonderful.
Yeah, so,
They're so, you know, and they're surprised. They're like, and they're young people. We're like, yeah, they can do this, as you can see.
Right.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, we do. We have exceptional customer service.
They're our future.
So, National Ice Cream Day is coming up. How are you celebrating?
Outreach coordinators always have some magnificent things.
So we are starting the morning off with a television interview on Sunday morning, so that'll be a lot of fun. In the shop, we'll be giving samples out. We'll be doing some pairings so people can, you know, mix up their flavors and see, you know, you can put your chocolate with the strawberry, you know, or banana pudding with rum raisin. So we'll do that. And I hadn't run this past Yaya yet, but I thought it would be a great day to do a blind taste test and have people come in and
Taste the Shawn Michelle's advantage.
Right, exactly. So, and do some videos, you know, of that. Of course, have our backdrop, and have people come in and take pictures and shout out, you know, National Ice Cream Day. Just, you know, we're just gonna make it a fun day. And of course, always, we'll be doing our buy one get one free on Saturday and Sunday at our Bronzeville location, as well as our Olympia Fields location. So
And that buy one get one free on the single scoops is every weekend.
yes.
For the grand opening out in Olympia Fields is for the month of July, and it will continue. That way, we always have something. No matter how your pockets are looking, you can still come to Shawn Michelle's.
Exactly. When you
Be able to
choose
get
us,
some-
when you
that's
choose
right.
us, we choose you. So we give back by doing our buy one get one free.
Absolutely.
Where can people go to find out more about Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream?
Well, our Instagram is very, very active. So for people my age who are on Facebook, I do, we do post to both, but our Instagram tells everything that we're doing on 47th Street as well as Olympia Fields. Our website is under construction, so look out for a brand new Shawn Michelle's website very, very soon. And just come on by. Come to 46 East 47th Street in Bronzeville to Shawn Michelle's, or come to 3252 Volmer Road in Olympia Fields and get the, on the spot super experience at Shawn Michelle's.
And we'll be just unjust if we just don't mention that at Shawn Michelle's we have, you ever go down south and people enjoy something, you might get the stump your feet praise. We got the stump your feet peach cobbler. Yes, indeed. And so we happy and excited. That's another food item that took even longer than the ice cream to produce. And we always know that we have those that are always asking, what about the vegans? Not only do we have a vegan product, but we make vegan hand scooped ice cream.
Okay.
That, again, we could have the blind taste test and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
It's sometimes hard to get the products to make it, but we refuse to compromise because that is an experience that you must experience for sure. And we have different flavors. We try and have 2 standing, and we like to mix one up and surprise 1 or 2 each month. And so, absolutely, again, it's a exquisite culinary experience that's a part that comes from our culture. Chicago, South Side. Yes, indeed.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our audience to know?
If you haven't come to Shawn Michelle's, make your way there. This is a great weekend to do it. The weather is wonderful. Oh,
And we have funnel cakes in the South Suburb as well.
you know what?
Funnel Cake Sunday creations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I forgot? So we had a little pause. We've been having live jazz on Sundays at our Bronzeville
That's right.
location. So that's going to pick back up next weekend. So if you
And in Olympia Fields as well.
if you need something to do on a Sunday, between 3:30 and 5:30, we'll have live jazz. Bring your lawn chair. Come on out, get your buy one get one free. 46 East 47th Street. Get your ice cream. Bring your lawn chair. Enjoy some jazz music.
And Olympia Fields as well at
And-
3252 Varma Road
Yes.
with the jazz also on
Yes.
Sundays.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Remember to make plans to join us again next week.